Have you ever wondered why you haven't gotten your physical healing? You've been praying and praying, commanding, declaring, decreeing. Did you ever think there's a demon attached to it, or you need some inner healing?
Welcome to the Prophetic Spiritual Warfare podcast with host Kathy DeGraw.
Hey friends, I want to welcome you back to my show. And today I want to talk to you about physical healing, inner healing, and demonic deliverance. Years ago, my husband said, Kathy, we're going to be in deliverance ministry someday. And I said, no, you're going to be in deliverance ministry. I'm going to be in healing ministry. I did not want anything to do with casting out demons. But the truth of the matter is, when we look at the red letter words of the Gospels, we look at the very ministry that Jesus did. He cast out the demons and healed the sick. The ministry of physical healing, demonic deliverance, it goes hand in hand. It's a reason why some people don't get healed and stay healed. We didn't cast the demon out. But it's also not too much different about inner healing and physical healing. We want our physical healing, but we haven't got our inner healing. And a lot of times our lack of inner healing and those very things we're in bondage with create the physical affliction that we're suffering. For example, stress and anxiety is high blood pressure. Did you also know stress leads to diabetes? So here, when we can't control our emotions, our actions, our reactions, it can, what? Hinder us with a physical disease. If you've been angry and angry and angry, what happens? We get high blood pressure, heart disease, hard-heartedness of our heart, and then we're always stressed out about that. And that can all lead to physical ailments. In fact, some doctors say 80% of what people come to the emergency room for is not even a real symptom. Friends, I want to tell you, inner healing, getting right on the inside, healing from those soul wounds is so very important to manifesting our physical healing. Bitterness, unforgiveness, resentment are the root cause of cancer. That unforgiveness eats at you. That offense eats at you. High blood pressure. Guys, we don't want it. But we don't want to press through to our breakthrough. We want to go to a healing line. We want that instant gratification of like, come on, just heal me and not have to work through it and do anything about it. But the truth of the matter is we have to work it out. We have to look at what's inside of us that needs to be worked out and gutted out so that we can walk in the fullness and the freedom of Jesus Christ. Friends, I want to encourage you also. We have an upcoming conference in November of 2023, and you can get that information at training.kathydegrawministries.org. And it's called Blueprint for Inner Healing. And we're going to teach you right there. We're going to train you. We're going to help you. We're going to sit down with you to receive some of that inner healing, because I'm really passionate about, obviously, deliverance, but I'm also very passionate about physical healing. I believe believers are walking around sick who should not be sick. And I want to see that change in your life. I want to see the fruits come forth in your life of those prayers and the things that you want to do for your destiny and that you want to do for the Lord. And in order to do that, we got to be healthy and whole inside and out. It all goes together, friends, and I want to help you with that. But I want you to look inside your heart, and I really want you to say, what soul wounds do I have? Where do I need inner healing? And could some of that really be a roadblock and a barrier to my physical healing? And then I also want you to look inside your heart and say, do I believe that Christians have demons? A lot of people will say yes, but do you believe you can have a demon? Because even a lot of Christians will believe that Christians can have demons, but not them. Somehow they're exempt from it. And all these things are related when we're looking at physical healing. Because when we look at the Gospels, Jesus did the ministry of inner healing, deliverance, and healing. Even the woman at the well, he addressed some of her issues, how many husbands she'd had. Look at that. He was looking at what? The matter of the heart. And that's what we have to look at. What's in our heart in order to receive that healing? Who do you need to forgive? Who do you really need to give over to Jesus and just say, here, Jesus, they're yours. I can't carry that burden anymore. I can't put up with what they're doing in my life. They're not going to change. So Jesus, I'm just going to release them to you. That's what we got to realize. I think we hold on to them hoping that they are going to change, but not everyone is going to change. And so we have to realize when we have to just release them to the Lord, when we have to pray for them, when we have to forgive them, when we have to love them, when we have to talk to them. Because most of our soul wounds have to do with relationships and other people. That's where the enemy attacks. And then we get so bitter, we hang on to that. And then we wonder why we're, on high blood pressure medicine, diabetes, high cholesterol. Guys, it's a known fact that unforgiveness leads to disease. And that's why we have to root out everything that we need healing from. I wrote about that in my book, Unshackled. I've had people be like, Kathy, I don't have any unforgiveness in me. And they read this and they're like, you're right. I had some in me. This pulled it out. And I just have one chapter in Unshackled on forgiveness. And it's always helped everyone who's ever read it. The people that I've mentored have been like, oh, you did pull something out of me. And that's what we want to also do at the Blueprint for Inner Healing Conference, is we want to pull all that stuff out of you that you don't even know that you have. So friends, I want you to take some time, really self-evaluate, go before the Holy Spirit and say, Holy Spirit, what do I have? What's in me that's blocking me from walking in fullness and freedom? What do I need to change? What do I need to root out and gut out? It takes time in the presence of the Lord. It takes putting ourselves on the altar, allowing the Holy Spirit to speak to us. I want you to allow him to speak to you. And if you want to join us for the Inner Healing Conference, check it out at training.kathydegrawministries.org.
Thank you for listening to the Prophetic Spiritual Warfare podcast. Receive additional teaching through Kathy's web church Sunday nights at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on YouTube and Facebook, or through her Prophetic Spiritual Warfare book. I invite you to visit kathydegrawministries.org for books, mentoring, blogs, or to invite Kathy to speak at your event. Follow Kathy on Facebook, YouTube, or Instagram at Kathy DeGraw. If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe, rate, and review the show. This helps our show rise in the rankings and reach more people to bring forth deliverance.